And everything is really difficult because the first thing in the morning you're thinking of your twin flame, and the last thing in the evening you're thinking about your twin. And in between, guess what you're thinking about? Your twin flames. You're giving all your energy to your twin flame. Very warm welcome on this channel. This is Judith. We're talking about your twin flame journey, everything you need to know, and what you can expect, right? And how to navigate the whole thing. We are also doing little exercises from time to time, like I give you little bits and pieces in order to manage your vibration. So you stay on top of the game as best as you can, right? So yeah, but you cannot cut corners with this, right? You need to go through the process. Yeah, let's talk about it. What's happening in your life, right? When you are like in this tunnel, this twin flame tunnel, and you just cannot, and you not only that you cannot, but you don't want to stop thinking about this other person, right? Because that's something that you perceive as being connected. And then maybe after a long time, it's beginning to get on your nerves. But really what it is, it's painful. And the pain makes you feel some kind of connection. But in fact, that's not the connection that your soul and the rest of you is really longing for. What you're really looking for, not longing for, but what you're really looking for, because you know that you deserve it, is true connection, is loving and healthy connection, divine relationship. That's what you are looking for. So yeah, but how to get there? You've experienced this in the beginning, right? I talked about this in the last video. But then everything is falling apart, and you are like without your twin, and then you're in this you're stuck in this circle where you first of all, you don't want to get out. I am here and I'm telling you, well, you better get out. Because it's important for you to know that this is not how you get where you want to be. Yeah, it's just important to know that, and then go from there, right? I know you cannot. Knowing is not that you will be in this place from one instant to the other, but it's good to know that, right? That's not the healthy and loving relationship that you want. That's giving away your energy, because energy, where you put your focus, your energy is going there, right? So all your energy is going to your twin, and your twin flame is like taking that energy, and there some teachers say there is no need for him then to turn around and turn towards you, because he has enough energy. I would not put it that way. I would rather say that you are one, and when you are like focusing outside of you, so is your twin. Yeah. And the outside is something else then. Someone else or something else. Could be another person, could be work, it could be whatever, right? But he puts those things first, and you put him first. So the thing is, you really have to turn around slowly and put yourself first. So this is where we learn to love ourselves. So how does this look like? What does this look like, right? You are like, you're like going through your day, moving through your day. You like have your person in your mind. You're thinking about this person, and then of course you cannot stop all at once. And that's not necessary. It's not even necessary. You can just move through this stage and just know that that's not the end. That's not where you're staying. That's not where you're going. But something else is happening. And so try to discern a little bit what you are feeling, because that's what it is, right? And in the beginning we are so overwhelmed usually that we cannot even tell what we are feeling, because it's all one mixture of wonderful feelings, overwhelming feelings, painful feelings, right? They need to be looked at, they need to be resolved, and because they come along in this huge clump, we're often not able, we do not know where to start. And so what I always recommend is take out 10 minutes every day at least, and be present with yourself. Yeah, be present with yourself. I have created a meditation. If you feel like this could be helpful, it's just exactly doing that, focusing on self and on self-love, right? So giving yourself the energy, giving yourself the attention, the time, the care, right? So if you want to get this, just click on the link in the description box. It's free. Yeah, it's my freebie for people here on YouTube. And so this has served me enormously along my journey, and I'm like, I know that this is like doing miracles, right? And miracles along our path is always like finding the next step and the next step and the next step, right? So we cannot go from A to B all at once, but like finding our way, finding our path, finding the next stage, the next epiphany, the next tool, the next book, the next YouTube video, whatever, right? It's all like that's how we are guided. That is how our highest team of light and resonance is working with us, right? They're guiding us. Our higher self also is guiding us. So yeah, so that's something that is very, very useful when you're in the thick of it. Then just observe. Just that's something, that's how it all starts. Just acknowledge. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about him. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about this person a lot. um, is there something else that I could think about? Let me just think about something else for 5 minutes and see how this feels. Yeah, because the other person is not running away, is not going anywhere, and it doesn't change anything. So how does it feel? And if you are thinking about this other person, well, you cannot stop. You cannot stop that. You can only try to think about something else, like to shift to something completely different. That's usually how you do it, right? So look out for things that seem interesting to you, because very often along the journey, we are getting guided to our mission. So there might be things that have to do with spirituality, or things that have to do with meditation, with maybe certain exercises, maybe being maybe like something like music or art or whatever you are drawn to. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like, for example, I was very much into essential oils along my journey. It was something that, because they go directly into the brain, right? They do something with the chemistry. And also they were not compromised by anything along my life, right? There were a lot of things that were compromised, but like smelling was a channel that was completely free and open. And so I was able also to feel a lot of joy there, right? So that was something that worked for me, to just find something that was interesting to me, and find something that I could focus on, like I could follow, and and then one thing leads to the other, and just follow your path then, right? So it doesn't matter what it is and if it stays with you or not, but just um, yeah, trust your impulses, trust your intuition when there are things that show up that are attracting you, right? That's always a good sign. It's always a good sign for us to focus on those things. They could be a hint towards mission, and mission and union always go together. Yeah. So yeah, that would be something that you could do, and and of course also like contacting your twin flame if you feel like doing that, because it also happens naturally that you take back your power and take back your energy at a certain point. But in order for you to get to this place, you need to explore the opposite, right? You need to maybe explore or experience the rejection. You maybe need to experience, um, like, no matter what you do, you always get the same answer, you always get the same behavior from that person, until you see, until you really feel, okay, this is getting me nowhere. What can I do instead? And that's really when the work begins, when the inner journey begins, when you start to no longer expect anything from the twin, really, and you start the inner work. And then there is this, yeah, I expect when we meet the next time, of course, oh, I've done some healing work. Is he changed in any way, shape, or form? Is there something? What am I experiencing with him? And then, of course, usually there are a lot of triggers, right? The twin is not not doing this on purpose, but both of you are like, yeah, you're like triggering the other guy. That's how this whole connection is designed, right? You're one, and if there is a shadow, there's something that is unresolved, it will for sure be mirrored by the twin. Yeah, you will also, of course, see this elsewhere in your reality, but for sure the twin will trigger this very precisely. And for some triggers, we have other players in our lives to really show us uh, those parts of our shadow, right? For some of us, it might all be together with a twin, and we might experience all of our shadow and be able to clear it with our twin. But for example, I had to go to make a whole detour with someone else, not a romantic partner, but someone else in my life who triggered a lot of my issues, and I had to move through that. There was no way around it. Yeah, as I said, you cannot cut corners. So just breathe and just stay with what is. There's nothing wrong being in that stage. There's nothing wrong with longing for your twin flame. There's nothing wrong with contacting your twin flame. There's nothing wrong with meeting your twin flame, whatever it is. But just be honest, or try to be honest what this is, uh, or how this makes you feel, right? And don't try to force. Sorry, confirmation burp. Don't try to force anything, but be in acceptance, even if this makes you feel afraid, fearful. right? Because of course there is such a thing as the fear of being abandoned, and there are like a lot of very intense feelings that can come up. That's exactly the point. Those are the gold nuggets, because guess what, those feelings, they are like old feelings, nothing to do with your twin or what you're experiencing with your twin flame. Is only like mirroring this, but it's not really about what is happening between the two of you in this moment. That's an old wound that's coming up. Could be from a past life even, right? So yeah, and so it's so valuable to interact also with your twin flame until the day where you feel, for now I don't need that anymore, or I'm like, I'm life is presenting other triggers, or I have to close or to seal other ends in my life. So always follow that, and nothing can really go wrong, because you are one, right? And nothing can change that. And if this person is not your twin flame, it wouldn't matter anyway. It would only lead you to your true twin flame, right? You would not suffer from knowing this when you move through the journey. Because you get to that point then. So don't worry about it. Don't even worry if this person is a false twin flame or a true twin flame or whatever. Don't worry about that. If you feel that this person is your twin flame, follow through with the work. If this is not your true twin flame, this person will fall away sooner or later, and this will be big relief for you. It wouldn't even feel painful. Yeah. So don't worry about it. Know that your feelings are always evolving, and that the one true feeling behind all of those feelings is this love, this unconditional love that you have experienced with your twin flame. Yeah. Okay, I hope this resonated. Let me know by liking and subscribing if this is the case. And for now, as always, I'm wishing you a really beautiful day, and I see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.